Welcome to This Explainer. We're absolutely thrilled to have you here. Building true wealth isn't about some massive overnight stroke of genius or winning a lucky lottery ticket. It's really about the quiet, everyday routines we engage in. So today, we're doing a deep dive into demystifying exactly how wealth is built by looking at rich habits versus poor habits, and the daily behaviors that literally shape your future.
Imagine two people. They have the exact same salary in the exact same 24 hours in a day. But fast forward 5 years later, and one of them has total financial freedom, while the other is just drowning in paycheck-to-paycheck stress. So what changed? Well, the undeniable difference isn't luck, and it's definitely not raw talent. It is purely and simply their daily habits.
Okay, let's dive into this. The truth about wealth. When most of us dream of becoming rich, we tend to focus almost entirely on earning a higher salary, right? We think, if I just made more money, everything would be fixed. But income will only make you wealthy temporarily. Your habits are what make you wealthy permanently. Money simply acts like a giant magnifying glass for your existing habits. That is exactly why studies show a huge chunk of lottery winners eventually go completely bankrupt. If your financial habits are poor, having more money just means you're going to make much bigger mistakes. But if your habits are dialed in, even a modest average income can slowly but surely grow into real, significant wealth.
Habit number 1, invest before spending.
So, the poor habit is hoping there will be leftovers at the end of the month to save. And let's be honest, there rarely are any. The rich habit? It's all about paying your future self first. It means automatically routing a portion of your paycheck straight into investments the exact moment you get paid, before a single bill is even touched. It's not about waiting until you have enough to start. It's about consistency and weaponizing compound growth immediately.
Habit number 2. Buy assets, not status.
And this brilliantly illustrates how two vastly different mindsets celebrate getting a paycheck. Many people celebrate by immediately buying liabilities, things to impress others, like a brand new phone, luxury clothes, a crazy expensive car, or designer brands. Things that drop in value the second you buy them. Wealth builders, on the other hand, buy assets. They trade their cash for stocks, real estate, businesses, or even skills and books that will generate future income. Because looking rich and actually becoming rich, those are two entirely different goals.
Habit number 3. Never stop learning.
For the wealthy, learning absolutely does not end the day they get their diploma. Now, you don't need to read 50 books a year to be incredibly successful. Honestly, just 10 high-quality books can completely rewire how you think. Knowledge compounds exactly like money does. Investing in your own mind usually delivers the absolute highest return you'll ever get, simply because nobody can ever take that knowledge away from you.
Next up is habit number 4. Value time more than money.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this massive mental shift. The poor habit tries to save pennies by wasting hours and hours of time. It's a huge trap. The rich habit spends money to buy back time. Imagine for a second that your time is literally billed at $100 an hour. Would you still spend 3 hours mindlessly scrolling or arguing in a comment section if you knew it just cost you $300 in cash? Probably not. Your calendar is always going to reveal your true priorities way more honestly than your words ever will.
Habit number 5. Think long-term.
Look, we live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. Instant food, instant streaming, instant dopamine hits on our phones. But true wealth flat out refuses to be rushed. The absolute best investments you can make, like exercising daily, reading, building a business, they actually feel pretty boring at first. They don't give you that quick buzz. But delaying that gratification delivers extraordinary results down the road. Successful people are willing to sacrifice a little bit of today's comfort for tomorrow's freedom.
Habit number 6. Take responsibility.
It is so easy to play the blame game, isn't it? Blaming the economy, your boss, the government, or just plain old bad luck. But blame creates total stagnation. Taking absolute ownership means focusing entirely on what you can control: your own skills, your discipline, your attitude, and your effort. We definitely can't control everything that happens to us, but the exact moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take your power back and create real growth.
Let's move to the culmination of all these habits, the compound effect.
When you really zoom out and look at the big picture, these individual habits merge into one undeniable dividing line. Poor habits create dependency. They focus on comfort for today, constantly asking, what can I buy next? Rich habits, however, create freedom. They focus on long-term growth, always asking, what can I build next?
On a day-to-day basis, these choices seem incredibly tiny. Just reading one chapter, skipping that one unnecessary impulse buy, learning a single new skill, investing just a small amount of money, or waking up 20 minutes earlier. It feels almost too simple, right? But your future isn't shaped by one massive cinematic decision. It's forged by these small, tiny habits repeating hundreds and hundreds of times.
I want you to really let this sink in. You don't become wealthy because of one lucky break. You become wealthy because your daily habits slowly build a person capable of creating wealth. You are on a 5-year trajectory right now. And the good news? You don't have to overhaul your entire life today. You just have to change one routine.
Look at your calendar and your bank statement from last week. They are telling you exactly where you'll be in 5 years. So the only question left for you is, which rich habit are you going to start today? Thanks so much for joining this explainer. Pay your future self first, and we'll see you next time.